According to the article, the Dallas Cowboys made a very serious evaluation error by deciding to manage the roster erratically. They claim that the ripple effect of the bombshell Micah Parsons trade is still haunting our franchise this offseason. They said we were desperate in our search for pass rushers, failed to bring in Max Crosby from the Raiders, and ended up overpricing ourselves by burning a fourth-round pick on edge rusher Rashan Gary, who will receive $16 million a year, even though, in their words, he is vastly diminished since his ACL surgery. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you can be part of this milestone. Just click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Let's reach 1,000 subscribers together. Can you believe such nonsense? They ignore the context, ignore the athlete's actual production, and claim that we threw draft capital away out of pure panic. But the real trigger that made ESPN stamp this low rating was our movement in the middle of the defensive line. The article categorically states that the front office chose the wrong path by trading young defensive tackle Osa Odigizua to the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for a third-round pick. Choosing to retain veteran Kenny Clark on the roster, they claim that Osa is younger, earns less, and is arguably better than Clark at this point in both their careers, suggesting that Kenny Clark's continued presence in Dallas was merely a matter of public relations and political optics by management to avoid admitting losses in previous negotiations. It's an extremely malicious narrative that attempts to portray the Dallas coaching staff as amateurish and incompetent. Now pay close attention, because this specific detail I'm about to tell you will completely change your perspective on what's really happening inside the team's training center. I vehemently disagree from beginning to end with this pathetic notion that Osa Odigizua is better or more useful to us than Kenny Clark. And I'll go further. I know the Dallas Cowboys, and I fully trust the decision made by the coaching staff. What the mainstream media completely ignores, because they spend all day looking only at cold spreadsheets of advanced statistics and empty internet metrics, is the human factor and the tactical fit within the new game plan. Our new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, along with our sensational defensive line coach, BT Jordan, meticulously analyzed training videos and the exact role Odigizua would play in this new 2026 defensive system. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you can be part of this milestone. Just click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Let's reach 1,000 subscribers together. They simply looked at the tactical blueprint and said, "We're not going to pay Osa a multi-million-dollar contract extension to do what he'll have to do in this new machine." For all the talk online about trusting the process, the truth is it wasn't just a purely financial decision about Osa. His technical fit wasn't ideal for the vertical aggression Christian Parker wants to implement in our defense this year. Keeping veteran Kenny Clark, an experienced guy, a true physical monster who knows how to anchor the running game and absorb double blocks like few others in the NFL, was an extremely smart and mature move. Clark brings a tough leadership to the locker room that Osa simply can't offer yet. I didn't blink and wasn't worried at all when the Dallas Cowboys finalized that trade with San Francisco. But the press prefers to focus on the scandal. They prefer to say that the Dallas Cowboys are adrift. The reaction within the Star was one of focused silence. No one publicly rebutted ESPN on social media. But in the closed minicamp practices, the atmosphere was pure electricity. The silence before the snap. It said absolutely everything we needed to know. The impact of this external narrative on our team was to create an us-against-the-world environment. The coaching staff is using this public disdain to unite the group in a way we've rarely seen in recent years. The players know they're being treated like underdogs, that they're being placed below a New York Giants team that changed coaches, and a Washington Commanders team that just imploded its own coaching staff by firing Cliff Kingsbury after a dismal 5-win season in 2025. The gap between media perception and the reality of our practices is huge. ESPN simply refuses to admit that Christian Parker is one of the brightest and most promising defensive minds of this new generation of the NFL. They reduced his signing to a mere footnote, completely ignoring the absurd impact he had coordinating the Eagles' defensive passing game and how he plans to revolutionize Dallas's secondary with schemes disguised as coverage that will leave opposing quarterbacks completely lost on the field. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you can be part of this milestone. Just click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Let's reach 1,000 subscribers together. If we broaden our perspective beyond this ridiculous article and coldly analyze the projection for the 2026 season, ESPN's contradiction becomes even more shameful and blatant. They praised our decision to keep the spectacular wide receiver George Pickens under the one-year franchise tag after he had a simply exceptional and dominant season in 2025. They said it was the right choice not to give him a long-term contract immediately, so as not to pay Pickens at the absolute peak of his market value, raising a supposed risk of him losing focus and creating internal problems, repeating what happened to him in Pittsburgh in the past. Now stop and think with me. How can these guys have the nerve to say that the Dallas Cowboys acted correctly in saving money and not giving long-term stability to their main dynamic receiver, but at the same time say that the team made a big mistake in saving money at the defensive tackle position by trading Osa Odigizua? It's an unbelievable mental gymnastics exercise to justify a low rating. They completely ignore the market value of a gigantic asset like safety Caleb Downs, whom we brilliantly acquired to be the true sheriff of our secondary. They pretend that rookie Malachi Lawrence, selected in the first round of the draft to be a nightmare coming down the wings, doesn't exist. They close their eyes to the surgical additions of experienced safety Jalen Thompson, the tough cornerback Kobe Durant, and the dynamic linebacker D. Winters, who came in an excellent trade. The great truth, my friends, and this is not mere partisan opinion, it's an undeniable fact. People write controversial and negative things about the Dallas Cowboys completely deliberately because they know the impact that this franchise's name has on the world market. They know perfectly well that if they gave the Dallas Cowboys a B or an A, their article would go completely unnoticed on the internet. But when you stamp a C++ on America's team, you attract millions of passionate fans to read outraged articles and attract a horde of rival haters to laugh in our faces. This generates clicks, generates engagement, and fills their pockets with advertising money. In the end, what these analysts say in July doesn't translate to playing a single down. What dictates success is hard work in the trenches. I don't base my success projections and my conviction on foolish, blind optimism. I base them on clear and real evidence that the Dallas Cowboys have indeed taken all the necessary steps to be a much more physical, much smarter, and infinitely better prepared team to win tough games in January than in previous years. The expectation on the sidelines is that this defense will bite at opponents from the first to the last minute. The crowd will make AT&T Stadium tremble, and the stands will explode when this renewed pass rush starts piling up sacks against NFC East rivals. So if you want to keep up with this story and be protected from the lies and manipulations of the American sports media, don't waste any time. Subscribe to the channel now, activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming live streams, and share this video with the entire Cowboy Nation. Will this flood of national distrust finally shield our locker room and guide us back to the path of the long-awaited Super Bowl? Or are we about to face another season of frustrated expectations caused by behind-the-scenes mistakes? The answer is very close to being given on the field. A big hug to everyone. God bless you all. And go Cowboys!